Deliska throwing it in to Hayes. Hayes back to Deliska. Double teamed in the post. Kicks it back out to Michael Connor, who will wisely step back and set up an offense here. And Connor gives it off to Epps. Epps, top of key now. Hayes will overthrow Deliska out of bounds. Pioneer ball. Rustin down now. Ball top of the key. And Justin Collard's pass will go inadvertent to Luke Thomas. And Jason Garrettson checking in for MNU.
Checking in for the Pioneers, Jason Garrettson.
And taking out Justin Collard. 17:05 remaining. MNU down now, 45-49. Trying to maintain their winning streak and have a chance to win the Hart for the second straight season, as Kendall Hayes misses the layup, and they're going to say that he was fouled. And they're going to call it on Luke Thomas, his third. The 15th foul of the half for the Pioneers. So 5 team fouls for MNU compared to 1 of Missouri Valley. And Kendall Hayes here will get a couple free throws. First one is good. Hayes with his 6th point of the game. His second free throw up. Off the back rim, no good. Rebounded by Rustin Dowd. Here comes Garrettson, middle of the floor, ahead to Luke Thomas. Luke Thomas fouled hard, and he will get 2 free throws. So Luke committing the foul on one end and then receiving the foul on the other. He'll get a chance to knock a couple shots in. Luke Thomas, his first is an air ball, wide right. And Luke's second shot is up. Rolls around, no good. French trying to tip it out to Dow, but tips it right to Jordan Epps. He pushes it ahead for the Vikings, off to Jim. And here's Rustin Dow, now right wing. As Rustin Dowd was pretty upset with somebody coming in afterwards. And we might get a little chippy here late, but it's the official's job to keep them settled down here. Inside the paint, Jason Garrettson now with the ball, gives back to Dowd. And they're going to say that it was off of Kendall Hayes. Missouri Valley. And now here, Jordan Epps fouls Jason Garrettson. So in the first 3.5 minutes of the first half, we have 9 fouls called. This could be a long afternoon here. It's already 5:23 in the afternoon. Luke Thomas right angle here, gives it to Dowd. Dowd, pump fake back to Thomas. Thomas, off bounce shot. But David Clark there for the tip in. David Clark. What a game he's having. 8 points now so far for MNU. And Jordan Epps loses the handle. Gives it down to Deliska. Deliska into the middle of the lane, guard by Thomas. Rolls around and good for Deliska. Ahead to Garrettson, pushing the ball in transition, no numbers, giving it to Thomas. He gives it off to Dowd, almost loses the handle. And Dowd will shoot a long 3, rolls around, no good. And a foul by Deliska. So 4 straight fouls against the Pioneers, and now 4 straight fouls against the Vikings here in the first 4 minutes, 15 seconds of the game, as Lucas Weigel checks in for MNU, and so does James Pope for Missouri Valley. As Gordy Wetmore in the student section enjoying that call. Jacob French gets the inbound off the rim, no good. And rebounded by James Pope. Ahead is Jim Thomas. Now at the ball for the Vikings. Over to Epps. Now Michael Hayes taking all the way, gives it off to Pope. Pope has the ball taken by Jason Garrettson. And Jason Garrettson, the 5'6" guard, grabbing the ball and able to hold on to it for the held ball. However, arrow possession of Missouri Valley, but that could help the Pioneers here later. And Jason Garrettson not afraid to muscle in with the big guys down low. And here's Michael Connor. Out to Hayes. Hayes will shoot a three. Tipped around and out of bounds off Pope. Beat MNU ball as Kendall Hayes missed the three-point jump shot on the inbounds play. And here comes Diata, the junior from Senegal, Africa, as is David Smith from Fort Worth, Texas, coming into the game for the Vikings. On the floor for MNU is Jacob French, Rustin Dowd, Jason Garrettson, Lucas Feigl, and David Clark. We got Smith, Diata, Pope, Epps, and Thomas for the Vikings. And another foul here.
Number 42, Diata. That's his third personal.
Fouls on Diata.
16 foul.
His third personal, the sixth of the half for Missouri Valley. And Jacob French, an 18-footer, goes over the rim, no good. And here comes Jordan Epps. Jordan Epps, stop and go, gives it back out to Smith. Smith will take it top the key and go all the way across court, trying to find Epps off screen. Now to Epps, left side, Thomas. Thomas looking inside for Diata, calls for a screen, gets a screen from Diata, goes around, he'll go all the way to the block, gives it out to Diata. Diata loses the handle, he'll dribble out, and they're going to say double dribble on Diata, MNU basketball. And Nate Onias is going to come into the game for MNU as Missouri Valley went to their taller lineup, so taking Jason Garrettson out of the game. Wise decision there by Coach Rocky Lamar, the 27-year head coach for MNU. David Clark now left free throw line extended for the Pioneers, gives it to French. And a foul here on Diata. The fourth on Diata, the seventh of the half for Missouri Valley. And in 5 minutes and 30 seconds, 12 fouls have been called already. We're in the bonus for MNU. Now, Kendall Hayes will come in for Diata. And Lucas Feigl, front end of the 1-and-1, up and coming. Rolls around, no good. Rebounded by Hayes. Here comes Epps, the freshman from Springfield, Missouri. And they're going to call that on David Clark.
21, David Clark, that's his
And
third.
that's his third personal foul. Sixth of the half for MNU. It seems like the same official here has been calling just about every call, but they've all been calls that are possible and in the rule book, so you can't argue except for the fact that he's not letting a lot of the guys play. Here's Hayes in the middle of the paint. He gets an offensive rebound, no good. Rebounded. Rebounded out of bounds, and MNU will get the ball. And the official took a little hesitation to give it there. Zone defense here by Missouri Valley against Rustin Dowd, who will shoot a three. Rustin Dowd, his three in and out, no good. Rebounded by Nate Lanias. And he's going to one dribble, bring it out, give it to David Clark. David Clark, top of key, French to Dowd. Dowd, up fakes. He's all the way to the block, all the way to the glass, no good. Rebounded by Dowd here. He's going to go up, and finally a call here. As Rustin Dowd should be shooting 2 free throws. Fouls on Hayes, Kendall Hayes. The third personal on him, the 19th foul of the half for Missouri Valley. Excuse me, the 18th foul of the half for Missouri Valley. MNU is down actually right now by 5, 47-52. As Reston sinks his first one, cutting the lead back to 4. And Reston's second free throw is up and good. So 13 points for the senior, who eclipsed the 2,000 mark on Thursday. Did Reston Dowd. 4-year starter here for the Pioneers. Epps guarded by Clark. The freshman from Springfield, Missouri, taking it top of the key. Now gives it off to Hayes, who lost the handle out of bounds, couldn't handle it. Hayes was wide open for the layup as Lucas Weigel was up to Hedge and lost his guy behind him, but Kendall Hayes couldn't handle it. Timeout here by Missouri Valley, and we'll take a break as well. We're listening to KMU Sports Radio on MNUsports.com. Welcome back to Cook Center and Bell Family Arena on top of Rocky Lamar's court. We have your MNU men taking on the Vikings of Missouri Valley College. MNU coming in with a record of 20-7, trying to maintain their position in the HAC standings. The game between Culver Stockton and Evangel happening today. If Culver Stockton wins that one and MNU wins here, it'll be a three-way tie for first place, with MNU in control as they play host to Culver Stockton on the 28th and go to Evangel coming up on Thursday. So with 13:26 remaining, Rustin Dowd, the senior from Olathe, handles the basketball out front. Now gives it off left free throw line extended to David Clark. Clark, he'll look in, gives it left elbow to French. French inside to Weigel. Weigel reverse layup, good for the German. What a play there by Lucas Weigel on the high-low from Jacob French. It's 51-52, 13:04 remaining. As another foul here. If you're just now joining us, fouls have been the story of the second half. We got 15 fouls called in the first 7 minutes of play, as that one's going to go on Lucas Weigel, his second, the 17th foul of the half for MNU. And so Kendall Hayes shooting front end of a 1-and-1 here. His shot is up and good. Checking in the game, Michael Connor for the Vikings. He'll come in, replacing Jim Thomas. You've got Jordan Epps, David Smith, James Pope, and then Kendall Hayes on the floor for MVC. Kendall Hayes, his second free throw on its way and good. And Lawrence Brown will come in for a Hayes. And MNU getting pressured in a 2-2-1 press here. Just a little token press to slow the game down by MVC, which has worked for their advantage as they have a 3-point lead. But MNU breaks it easily. Rustin Dowd now on top of the big covered wagon here. Now left to Rustin Dowd in the corner. Back to Linnaeus. Linnaeus, right side Clark. Clark inside to French. French, one dribble. Pump fake off the glass. Good. A nice play there by Jacob French from the senior, David Clark. The senior to senior connection. 12:30 remaining, 53-54. MNU down by 1. And a foul called there. As that foul is going to be called on David Clark. The fans wanted a block. But they called the foul. So 16 fouls called here in the first 8.5 minutes. As Jordan Epps hits that free throw. David Clark has 4, 8 against MNU. Both teams in the bonus with 8. Justin Collard coming into the game, replacing Clark. And that's going to be tough for MNU, who's used Clark a lot this afternoon on both offense and defense. Jordan Epps up and good on his second try. 3-point lead for the Vikings as Collard gives it up to Dowd, who gives it over to French. French in the middle lane, loses the handle, grabbed by Pope. Here's Epps. Epps against Dowd. Epps going right, off the glass, no good, and rebounded by Collard. Collard ahead to Dowd. Dowd to French. French to Collard. Collard guarded by Smith. Tries to get inside to Weigel. Has the ball taken away by Pope as Pope stepped in front. 12 minutes remaining. MVC on top of the Pioneers here, 56-53, as Michael Connor has it top of the key, guarded by Rustin Dowd. He'll give it inside to Lawrence Brown, who is fouled on his way to the hoop. That'll be 2 shots up and coming for the second leading scorer of the Vikings. And it's going to be on Justin Collard, his second, the 19th foul of the half for the Pioneers. As now 17 fouls called in the first 9 minutes of play in the second half. So Lawrence Thomas's free throw will go down, or Lawrence Brown, excuse me, will go down, extending the lead back to 4 for MVC. And his second is up and good. And they are 12 of 15 from the line tonight, while MNU is only 14 of 24. That may be the story later in the game as Rustin Dowd gives it over to Nate Elias, who tried to give it into French, but we had 2 guys in the paint, French and Lucas Weigel, and Rocky Lamar wants to talk about it as he takes a timeout, and so will we here on MNU Sports Radio, MNUsports.com. Welcome back to Bell Family Arena in Cook Center, where your MNU Pioneers are down by 5 here, 53-58, 11:36, however, remaining in the second half against Missouri Valley. MNU wants to win this ball game, and for Culver Stockton to win over at Evangel to have a 3-way tie for them, controlling their own destiny in the HAC, as then they would host Culver Stockton next Saturday and then go to Evangel on Thursday as well. So back to the action here. Jordan Epps give it over to Lawrence Brown. Brown, top of the key, gives it over to Michael Connor. Left side Smith, slowing it down, just passing around, looking for an easy, good open shot. Smith over to Epps. Epps, right side Connor. 15 to go on the shot clock. Epps, he'll back it back out against Nate Lanias. Gets a screen from Lawrence Brown to Smith. Smith, 1 dribble, 2 dribble, gives it to Brown. Brown gives it over to Epps. Epps will shoot a long 3 off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Nate Lanias. Jason Garrett's in the game as Rustin Dowd goes baseline all the way to the hoop. No good, but he'll get the foul. And Rustin Dowd, the senior, will get 2 free throws. Fouls on Brown, his 4th. The second leading scorer and the best rebounder for this Viking squad. Gaining his 4th personal. Looks like Kendall Hayes is going to check in for him, as both teams here have 9 team fouls. So from here on out, it's going to be a double bonus. So 2 shots on every foul, minus offensive ones. Rustin Dowd, his first free throw is good.
Jim Thomas.
And Jim Thomas coming to the game, as well as Kendall Hayes. Rustin Dowd, his shot is up. And nothing but the bottom of the twine for Rustin Dowd. As it's a 3-point ball game now, 55-58 to Missouri Valley here against MNU at home. The last time these two teams met was triple overtime kind of game. As Michael Connor now kicks it over to Jim Thomas. Running a little delay 4-out offense here against the Pioneers. Connor gives it to Hayes, back to Connor. Now Pope. Hazelcup middle of the floor as Thomas gives it back to Connor. Connor, a little fadeaway jumper from the baseline, rolls around, no good. Rebounded by Rustin Dowd, but they're going to call Rustin Dowd for a push. As he may or may not have been boxing out. Rustin Dowd upset about that call, as that's his second, the 10th of the half for MNU. So Pope will shoot 2. So 19 fouls here called in the first 10 minutes of regulation, or 10 minutes of the second half. Really the story, as there has not been too much of a rhythm or a flow to the second half. James Pope misses his first. His second up, no good, rebounded by Lucas Weigel. And out to Garrettson. Garrettson, Dowd, French, Weigel, and Linnaeus on the floor as Dowd's 3 is no good. Rebounded by Jordan Epps, the freshman. Here comes Epps all the way middle of the lane, loses the handle out of bounds, and they're going to call a foul on Rustin Dowd. Back-to-back fouls for the senior from Olathe, the 2012 PAC Player of the Year. Doesn't foul often, but today he's fouled 3 times according to our officials, who have called 20 fouls now in the second half. As Epps' shot is good, 16 points for the freshman from Springfield, Missouri. He scored 26 against the Pioneers in that triple overtime game earlier in the year, as his second free throw is good as well. And here's Dowd, Rustin, holding on to the ball and gives it back over to Garrettson. Jason back to Dowd. Dowd will go baseline. And no foul called there as Rustin was bumped out of bounds and tried to find Garrettson and threw it out of bounds. And Rustin's been visibly frustrated all game, but as great players do, and got bodies on the floor. Some people wanted to travel. Official right there with the no call. Rocky Lamar on one knee over here, staying calm. However, as Michael Connor goes all the way middle of the lane, and Lucas Weigel got a hand on it, but it falls into the hoop. 55-62, Garrettson ahead to French. French will pull it out to Weigel. Cutting Weigel, loses the handle. Here's Epps. Epps 2-on-2. He'll pull out, and they're going to call Jason Garrettson on a hand foul. As it's taken 20 minutes to get through 10 minutes of play here. Very little rhythm here in the second half, as the 22nd foul of the half is called. And Jordan Epps will sink his first free throw. Luke Thomas coming in the game for the Pioneers, taking out Lucas Weigel. And Epps makes his second. A 9-point advantage now for the Vikings, their biggest lead of the game. Nate Linnaeus with the ball out front for MNU. He'll give it to French. French tries to get him into Thomas. Too high for Luke. Timeout, Rocky Lamar. He wants to talk about it. We'll take a timeout too, as MNU is reeling 55-64. You're listening to KMU Sports Radio on the MNU Sports Network, MNUsports.com. We're back here at Bell Family Arena inside the Cook Center on top of Rocky Lamar's court as your MNU Pioneers are down by 9, 55-64 with about 9 minutes remaining here in the second half. The Missouri Valley Vikings will get the basketball to start, or to out of the timeout rather. And Jordan Epps, the sensational freshman from Springfield, Missouri, leads all scorers with 17, followed by yours truly, Rustin Dowd. 15 points for him this afternoon, 2015 for his career. He eclipsed that mark last Thursday against Baker as Kendall Hayes was grabbed on the arm by Jason Garrettson.
Fouls number 10, Jason Garrettson.
And a foul there. And by my count, that is 23 fouls now in the half. As Kendall Hayes misses his free throw. Brandon Newton coming into the game. He's playing with 4 fouls now. As Kendall Hayes sinks the second free throw. 10-point ball game now, 8:40 remaining. Jason Garrettson, top of the Conestoga wagon, middle of Rocky Lamar's court. Garrettson, top of the key left side to Dowd. Dowd stepping in. Now gives it back to Garrettson. JJ now right side to French. All the way to Newton. Newton off the glass, no good. And they're going to call a foul here on James Pope.
That was his second personal, 10th team foul.
The second one on Pope, 10th team foul of the half. So double bonus for both teams now. 24 fouls called in the half. And we still have 8 minutes remaining. And Brandon Newton will sink his first free throw, cutting the lead back to 9 for MVC. So Newt, here's his second. And it's up and rolls off the front rim. Tipped out to Rustin Dowd. Rustin Dowd getting a screen from Newton. He'll shoot a 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Jacob French. Jacob French, his shot is short. Finally rebounded by Kendall Hayes. And Jordan Epps will control the point for MVC, guarded by French. Jordan Epps, he'll go left, he'll shoot a 3 of his own. And nothing but the bottom twine for the freshman as MVC is now up by 12. 8 minutes remaining. Luke Thomas going all the way in the middle of the paint. Little floater shot there by Luke Thomas is good. Going back to 10. And Rocky Lamar yelling at his team, once you score, you got to get a stop to cut into this lead. As Jordan Epps, guarded by Dowd, kicks out to Hayes. Hayes over to, that's Connor. Michael Connor goes all the way left elbow, now gives it out to Pope. Pope gives it off to Thomas. Jim Thomas, guarded by Garrettson, gives it off Michael Connor, who's going to back it out, reset the offense, a little box offense here for MVC. Hayes over to Thomas. Thomas, he'll step up and shoot a shot just beyond the free throw line, no good, rebounded by Newton. And here comes Garrettson. Garrettson ahead to French. French back to Garrettson into Thomas. Thomas spin move in the middle of the lane. He's going to be fouled. 2 free throws up and coming. Both teams in the double bonus now. And Luke Thomas.
32. Kendall Hayes, that's his 4th. Luke Thomas at the line.
Luke Thomas is 2 of 8 this afternoon from the free throw line, so trying to redeem himself a little bit here. As Kendall Hayes picked up his 4th free throw, or 4th personal foul. And he's going to check out. Lionel DeLisca will come in for him. And Justin Collard coming back in for Garrettson. And Brandon Newton playing with 4 fouls on the floor along with Jacob French, Luke Thomas, Justin Collard, and Rustin Dowd. And Luke Thomas going all the way to the goal. And they're going to call a jump ball. Arrow in the direction of MNU. There's a no call there on the foul. He said the offensive player and the defensive player and Luke Thomas both had their hands on the ball as Luke Thomas came back to the floor. So Rustin Dowd now, the ball left corner. Jacob French all the way to the goal. And the whistles will blow. 25 fouls of the half so far. We got
That's his fourth.
47 fouls called for the entire game. We still got 7 minutes to go, 6:56 to be exact. The fourth foul of Deliska's playing time this afternoon. Jacob French makes his first free throw, one of the best free throw shooters on this Pioneer squad. He's 3 of 3 this afternoon. And French, the second one is good. It's back to 8. Pioneers now on a 4-0 run. Rocky Lamar looking to get some more stops here as Jordan Epps guarded by Justin Collard. Jordan Epps goes all the way around. He'll go around, and they're going to say Rustin Dowd.
That's his fourth.
They called Rustin Dowd on a foul there. The fourth for the senior.
Jordan Epps at the line.
And it looked like Jordan Epps might have just slipped there, but since Rustin was in the vicinity, any kind of awkward movement feels like there's going to be a foul called, and unfortunately that one went on Rustin, the senior. And Epps, his second one, rolls around as well as his first. 10-point lead now for the Vikings. It's 60-70. Caller right side, French inside to Newton. Newton good handles inside. Gives it out to Dowd. Dowd. He'll give it back to Newton. Newton right side, French. French looks inside, now one dribble across the lane. Now out to Collard. Collard traveled with it. It'll be back to the Vikings here after the Pioneer turnover. That'll be the 16th turnover here of the afternoon for MNU compared to 14 for MVC. Shooting only 36% from the field are the Pioneers on 18 of 49 shooting. 22 of 54 is Missouri Valley for 40%. As Michael Connor goes all the way to the paint, misses the layup. Rebounded out, here's Rustin Dowd. Dowd, top the key, now left side, French. French, one dribble, spin move to the lane. Sees a cutting Rustin Dowd, but Rustin will pull it back out as he didn't have his shot there, as he's going to shoot a 3. And nothing but the bottom of the twine for the senior Rustin Dowd. 18 points in the contest for Rustin. And that's 2018 for his career, if anyone's keeping track. And the crowd is on their feet here at Cook Center, Bell Family Arena on top of Rocky Lamar's court. And an offensive foul here against MVC.
Offensive foul number 3, James Pope.
I'm going to call that on James Pope, his third. Offensive foul, no free throws. So MU will get the ball away from their own goal. Down by 7. 5:30 remaining. The student section here getting loud and raucous as they like to do here at Cook Center when there's a good game at hand. Rustin Dowd, here's another 3 on the way. Good! Rustin Dowd, back-to-back threes to bring his team back within 4. The 2012 HAC Player of the Year shows why he's one of the best players in the conference, as Justin Collard is called with the foul. As just as some rhythm was getting for MNU, they're going to whistle Collard for a foul, the third foul of the half for Collard.
Jordan Epps at the line, shooting 2.
And the 26th foul of the half called either way, as Jordan Epps sinks this free throw. And the second one up and coming, a 5-point ball game now. So we got Collard, Dowd, French, Luke Thomas, and Brandon Newton on the floor for MNU. Jordan Epps sinks his second free throw attempt. 25 points for the freshman. And now we got some discussion here on the sideline. As we're going to have some discussion here for a full timeout. So a full timeout here from Missouri Valley. We'll take a timeout too. Your Pioneers down by 6, 66-72 with 5:16 remaining. You're listening to KMU Sports Network on MNUsports.com. Welcome back to Bell Family Arena in Cook Center on top of Rocky Lamar's court. Pioneers down 66-72, however, 5:16 remaining in the half, and they have the ball away from their own goal out of the timeout. Coach John Lewis's squad, the women's team, won earlier today handily, and it'll be the 50th win for Coach John Lewis. Congratulations to the MNU women, moving to 25-2 on the season, 15-1 in conference play. Luke Thomas now throwing the ball in. Here's Justin Collard running the point guard position. A little unfamiliar for him here for MNU. Collard out front, gives it left side to Dowd. Dowd guarded by Smith. David Smith, that is. Gives it over Brandon Newton. Right side, Collard, Dowd. Looks, he'll go into the paint. Has the ball tipped away, but he recovers. Gives it off to Thomas. Thomas, nice little floater shot there as Luke Thomas is able to convert. An assist from Reston Dowd. What a play there from the senior to the junior. 68-72, 4:44 remaining, and the crowd here is on their feet at Cook Center. Michael Connor, right side now to Smith. Epps, the freshman. Epps top the key guard by Collard, out to Michael Connor. Connor guarded by French. Connor will go left, go middle of the paint, gives it to Pope. Pope shoots a jumper from the elbow, rebounded by French, gives it out to Dowd. Here come the Pioneers, 4-on-1 break. Collard all the way into Thomas. Thomas off the glass, good! Executing on transition for about the first time this half as MNU is back within 2, 70-72, 4-7 remaining. And the crowd is on their feet as Jordan Epps has the ball left side against Collard. Epps heads it off to Connor. Connor right side, Pope, now Smith. Smith guarded by Dowd. He'll go middle of the paint, kick it out to Epps. Epps for three. It's short, rebounded by Newton. He'll get off to Dowd, who will wisely slow down the ball game. But now he'll push it ahead, giving it off to Newton. Newton all the way in the paint. He's fouled on the way up. He'll shoot two. And a chance to tie the ball game with 3:38 remaining. So at one point in this game, Missouri Valley had a 12-point lead, but MNU able to cut in, and now they're back within two. Brandon Newton here can tie it as Jim Thomas, Kendall Hayes, and Lawrence Brown come into the game for the Vikings. Kendall Hayes, Lawrence Brown both have 4 fouls. Brandon Newton is playing with 4 fouls right now. And so is Rustin Dowd. And Newton's first free throw is good. 71-72 rather. And he could tie it with a make here. So silence comes through as Newton, his second free throw is nothing at the bottom of the twine. Call him clutch as Jordan Epps has the ball in the backcourt. Fans wanted a push off, but no call. Here's Epps. Epps, 26 points so far in the ball game. He scored 26 against MNU last time. Sensational freshman point guard out of Springfield, Missouri. Jim Thomas now top of the key as the MNU chant comes. Spin move middle lane, blocked by Newton. Here comes Dowd ahead to Collard. Collard back to French. French with the jam! And that's your lead as MNU leads it 74-72. 3:05 remaining here in Olathe. Newton got the block down. Put it ahead to Collard. Collard off to French for the jam. And your crowd is on their feet as Epps, middle lane, air ball, popped out, rebounded by Newton, but out of bounds. We'll get it back to MVC. And a little discussion here by the official. 2:50 remaining. As momentum clearly in it. Back to MNU as they were down by 12 and were able to cut in, now lead by 2 after Brandon Newton blocked Jordan Epps. Kicked it out to Dowd, who kicked it down the floor to Collard, then to French for the flush. The one-handed flush down here on the offensive end. Jordan Epps, though, throwing the ball in here for Missouri Valley. Moval out to Connor. Michael Connor, that is. We'll have a top of key left side to Jim Thomas. Thomas backing it out, setting up the offense as this crowd is banging their feet. The PKs in the student section here at MNU. Lawrence Brown misses a dunk. It's rebounded by Justin Collins. Lawrence Brown tried to one-hand flush, and he missed, and that got the crowd here on their feet even more. Timeout by Rocky Lamar. And we'll take a timeout here. Your MNU Pioneers on top, 74-72 with 2:24 remaining. You're listening to KMNU Sports Network on MNUsports.com. We're back to the action here at Bell Family Arena. Cook Center on top of Rocky Lamar Court on the campus of Mid-American Nazarene University as your number 22 ranked Pioneers taking on Missouri Valley College Vikings. Coming to this contest, MNU is 20-7, looking to maintain their spot in the HAC standings with a win here and a Culver Stockton win over Evangel. Will be a three-way tie for first place, including your MNU Pioneers. Last time these two teams met, it was a triple overtime thriller down in Marshall. But Rocky Lamar would like to end this one easily as his team's ahead by 2 right now. As they come back by 12, Rustin Dowd now top of key against the bigger Lawrence Brown. Rustin Dowd going against Brown. Rustin Dowd is going to fly by him all the way to the paint. Rustin Dowd, Olathes boy, gets the glass shot. They'll right about Brown, the quicker Rustin Dowd, able to get the glass easily. As there's a 4-point lead for MNU, and Rustin Dowd has 21 points. Michael Connor all the way to the lane. He's going to be fouled on the way up. As just after a little bit of rhythm got going here in this contest, we're back to foul central. As that is the 49th foul of the ball game. The 27th or 28th of the half. As we had 20 fouls called in the first 10 minutes of this half. So Michael Connor will sink his first. Another one coming up as David Smith checks in.
David Smith.
.141 to go. Michael Connor, his second shot up and coming. Second free throw for Connor is up. And just heard word that Connor Langer will not return to the game this afternoon. It looked like a concussion, so wise move there by the coaching staff. But Pioneers able to come back without him as Rustin now gives out to French. French with the flush! And Rustin Dowd hands it off to Jacob French for the flush. What a senior connection as Jacob French wants this crowd on their feet. They are just that as Jordan Epps gives it off to David Smith. Smith, left side to Connor. Michael Connor drives around down, but is picked up by Newton, misses the three, and off the hands of Jacob French. And it'll go back to the Vikings, down by 4 with a minute to remain. Here's the inbound to Hayes. Now Michael Connor, top of the floor to Epps. Epps will shoot a three. Jordan Epps, the sensational freshman, drops the three, now within one. 52 seconds remaining. 30 on the shot clock. Rustin Dowd on top of the big Conestoga wagon on the brand new floor here at Cook Center. Justin Collar, left side, guarded by Epps. Gives it to Luke Thomas. Top of the key. Luke Thomas taking himself all the way to the lane, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Lawrence. Lawrence Brown, that is.
Timeout.
And a timeout, Missouri Valley. 24 seconds remaining at 78-77. 1 point game. Jordan Epps drains a three, down by 4 to get his team within a 1. They now have the ball. The shot clock is turned off. They may get the last possession here unless they choose to shoot an early shot. Luke Thomas took the ball from the top of the key all the way to the glass but couldn't get it to go. And so that puts his Pioneers in a tough spot here. So we're going to take a timeout here as well on KMU Sports Radio. You're listening to the MU Sports Network, MUSports.com. Welcome back to Cook Center, where we have a thriller here. 78-77 is the lead for your MNU Pioneers. However, 24 seconds remaining, and Missouri Valley will have a chance at the last shot. Jordan Epps has 29 points here in the contest for the Vikings, and he'll get the ball here backcourt, guarded by Justin Collard. The senior from Texas getting his chance to defend the freshman. And here's Michael Connor as Justin Collard guarding Epps well. Gives it off to Epps. 8 seconds remaining. Here's 6. And Epps all the way to the lane, has the ball tipped out of bounds. Out of bounds off of MNU. As Luke Thomas going for the rebound. Could not handle. 2.2 remaining. And so the official stopping play here for a second, saying, relax, guys. But I want to know how you can relax when it's a 1 point game with 2.2 remaining, and this is the last shot of the game. And another settle down stoppage here. As Michael Connor's going to get the last shot of the game. It's blocked by Luke Thomas. Blocked by Luke Thomas, and that's the ball game. And your Pioneers are going to hold on to win this one, 70-78. What a play there by Luke Thomas, who you almost thought lost the game for the Pioneers when he took it to the hole and missed the layup. And Jordan Epps drained a three, and then the ball was getting back to Missouri Valley. But he comes up big defensively there to block the shot of Michael Connor, who's been hot from three-point land this afternoon. What a ball game there. MNU down by 12, had to come back and put themselves up by 5. Missouri Valley came down and drained a three and then a free throw. But MNU would pull this one out. Now 4 in a row for the Pioneers. Depending on the result of the Culver-Stockton Evangel game, which I do not know the result of. I might try to find that one here for you if I can. But in the meantime, Rustin Dowd had 23 points for the Pioneers. Jordan Epps had 29 for the Vikings. Sensational player out of Springfield, Missouri. It's fun to see him play. Fun to see him play the rest of his collegiate career, as he's simply a freshman. Rustin Dowd scoring 23 to add to his 2,000 that he scored against the Baker team on Thursday. Luke Thomas led the Pioneers with rebounds with 8, consistent of his mark of 9. Pope had 9 rebounds for the Missouri Valley Vikings. And Dowd and Epps each had 5 assists. Bench scoring was big for MNU as they had 5 more bench points off of their bench than Missouri Valley did. They also had 34 points in the paint compared to 24 for Missouri Valley and 19 points off turnovers. And even though MNU was out-rebounded 43-37, they were able to pull this one out. Like I said, they were able to have a defensive stop there as Luke Thomas blocked the 3-point shot of Michael Connor, 2.2 remaining. MNU holds on to win 78-77. They will move to 21-7 on the year. And right now in a second place standing in the HAC conference. And that's what. And here we go. And a little post-game entertainment here. As I'm going to try to find that result for you guys. So MNU moves to 21-7, 13-3 in the Heart of America Conference. Evangel and Culver Stockton play today, as there's not a result in for that game. But if Culver Stockton knocks off Evangel, that'll be a 3-way tie for first place between Culver, Evangel, and MNU. MNU will go to Evangel on Thursday down in Springfield and host Culver next Saturday right here at Cook Center and right here on KMU Sports Radio. So that quite possibly could be the game that decides the Heart of America Athletic Conference this season. Rustin down with 26 points, leading his team 78-77. We'll see you next time on KMU Sports Radio, MUSports.com.